Hi guys, how you all doing? So in this tutorial I'll be showing you guys how I cut this beautiful Victoria corset dress I'm wearing in this video. Please make sure you pay attention so that you grab every step that's taken in this tutorial. I've taken all my vertical measurements off camera. The first line is my shoulder line, the second is the neckline, the third line is my chest line, the fourth line is the bust point, the fifth line is the under bust, the sixth line is the half length, and the last line is the hip line. So in this tutorial I'm going to use a neck measurement of 3 by 3 length and width. Now I'm taking my nipple to nipple measurement. My nipple to nipple is 8 inches. If you divide that by 2, you will have 4 inches. Then I added half inch to it, that is 4.5 inches. Then I connected the line to the hip line. That's my nipple to nipple line. So now I'm taking my dart. I'm taking 1.5 inches dart from both sides. So I'm taking my dart from my half length and my under bust. I'm taking 1.5 inches from the both sides. Please take note. So the next thing I did was to come down from my bust line. I came down by 1 inch. That's to make the bust area relax. So that is the essence of taking the 1 inch down and 1.5 inch up. So that is it for the darts. I took 1.5 inches for the both side. Then from the bust point I came down by 1 inch and went up by half inch, just not to make the bust area pointy. Now I'm taking the shoulder measurement. Our shoulder is 16 inches. Then if I divide that by 2, I will get 8 inches. Then I added half inch for sewing allowance. So I will come down to the chest line. I will take the same shoulder measurement. Then I will connect the line from the shoulder to the chest line to get my armhole line. So after that, the armhole line is 8 inches. That's how I got my armhole line by dividing my bust into 6. Then I added 1.5 inches. Then from that midpoint I went in by 0.75 inch. Then I created my armhole curve. So the next thing I did was to connect my dart from my under bust. I connected it to my bust point. Then from the other side I did the same thing. I connected the line from my half length to the under bust line. Then the bust area is between the under bust and the chest line. Then I connected the dart from my half length to the hip. So I took 1 inch dart around the hip area. Sorry guys, I didn't know that the camera didn't cover up the hip area, but no worries. we'll soon get to where you will see everything. So the next thing I did was to measure out the yoke parts. So from the shoulder I came down by 5 inches. That's for the yoke parts where I use net fabrics. Then I will connect the nipple to nipple line to the 5 inches I just measured from the shoulder. Then I took 1 inch from the both side. Then I will connect the 1 inch dart to the bust point area. You know, this blouse you can as well wear it as an off-shoulder blouse if you don't want to use the yoke, but for this particular tutorial I'm using a net fabric for the yoke. So from the chest line I came up by 1 inch. You know, the dress has a sweetheart neckline, so I will now connect it from the chest, from the 5 inches I measured for the yoke. Then I will now connect the other dart to the armhole area. So that's it. So the next thing I will do is to take my horizontal measurement. So the bust measurement is 38 inches. Then I will add the dart. Yes, the dart there is about 0.75 inch. Divide 38 into 4, you have 9.5 from plus 0.75. You will have about 10.25 inches. Then I will add 4 inches to it because this is a Victoria corset dress, so I'm going to create another dart. I'm going to create like 3 panels for this dress. Her round underbust is 33 inches, so I'm going to add the 3 inches dart to it. That should be about 36 inches. Then 36 inches divided by 4 should be about 9 inches. Then I will add 4 inches because of the second dart I'm going to create. Now you can see the hip area. Hip measurement is 40 inches. Then I will add the 2 inches dart. That should be about 42 inches divided by 4 should be about 10.5 inches. Then I will still add the same 4 inches because of the second dart I'm going to create. So I will now connect the line together. So if you are creating the third panel, you divide whatever you have from the side front. You can see the side front now. So I have to divide whatever I have from the underbust. I have to divide it into 2. You can as well create more darts, but for me I don't do more than 3. The first is the center front, then the main dart, then this last one. I think I like it that way. Now join the lines. From there, from the half length, I will take my darts from half inch from the both side, the half length and the underbust area. I will take half inch from both sides. Don't forget to normally take your dart from around your half length and your underbust area. So I will connect the line. Then the next thing I will do is to connect it to the armhole area, then to the hip area. So I'm taking another 1/2 inch dart from the center front, from the midpoint. I'm taking 1/2 inch dart. Then I will now connect it to the chest line. That's the front dart. Then I'll make my neck curve. Then from the shoulder, I will come down by 1/2 inch. Normally you can use 1 inch, but I'm taking half. Then the remaining half I'll use it for the shoulder joining. So that's it. Then I will connect the line. So these areas now, I'm going to cut them out. These are the areas I'm cutting out. So guys, to create the back effect, from the hip line I will go up by 3.5 inches. This is a corset, is a Victoria corset. There's always a back effect. To create that back effect, I went up by 3.5 inches from the hip line. You can go up by 5 inches, 6 inches, but let it not be above your half length. So that's it. Don't forget I use 1.5 inch. It's actually what I normally use, especially people between 38 inches, 40 inches bust. So I normally use 30. I normally use 1.5 inches. It all depends on the person's bust measurement. So that's it about the front part of our Victoria corset dress. Please, whatever you do not understand, please let me know in comment section. And this is the 3 panels I just created. Make sure you number them so that you don't mess it up. Number 1 is the center front, number 2 is the side front, then this number 3 is still the part of it, is part of the front part. Now we are going to cut out the back part of the dress. So I'm taking 1 inch depth and 3 inches length. That's excluding the zip allowance. If you add the zip allowance to be about 4 inches length. So I'm taking my chest line. The chest line I'm using for the back is 8.5 inches. The half length is 17.5. Then I will extend it to the hip area. Don't forget that Victoria corset, we don't use that hip area, but I have to extend it to the hip because the half length is about 17.5 and the back area I'm using is about 19 inches. That's where I'm going to stop. So I will cut it out later when I'm sewing the cloth. So now I'm taking my zip allowance. I'm taking 1 inch for the zip allowance. Her shoulder measurement is 16. 16 divided by 2 is 8, plus the zip allowance, that should be 9. Then I will add ½ inch for sewing allowance. That should be 9.5, including the zip allowance. So I will now take the same measurement from the chest line. Don't forget that the armhole is between the chest line and the shoulder. So I'm taking the same 8.5 for the armhole. So I'm taking 4.5 for the nipple to nipple. Don't forget that this blouse we have a back dart, so I'm taking half inch from both sides. From my half length, I'm taking ½ inch dart from the both sides. Then I will connect it to the chest line. And the hip line. So the next thing I will do is to make a curve for the back part. I'm still using a yoke for the back part of the dress. So from the chest line, I went up by 1 inch. From the shoulder, should be about okay, I went up by 1.5 inch. From the shoulder is 7 inches. Then from the chest line should be about 1.5. So from the shoulder, I measure out 7 inches for the neck, for the back neck curve. I don't want it to be straight. I want it curved. So that's the sense of going up by 1.5 inches from the chest line. So I'm taking my horizontal measurement. So I have 1 inch from the dart, so I'm adding it to the 33 inches. That should be 34. Then I'm adding 1.5 inches for allowance. So that is it for the back part of the Victoria corset. So I'm still going to create a yoke with the net fabrics. So when I'm sewing, I will cut out the excess part from the hip line, because the back I'm using about 19 inches length. The back is not the same length with the front part. So that's that, and this is the design. Remember I said I want it curved. I don't want it straight. So guys, that is it about our Victoria corset. That is it about the cotton. The next tutorial will be on how to sew this blouse. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel. Please share this video so that others can see it. Don't forget to drop your comments on the comment section. Whatsoever that you did not understand in this tutorial, just let me know in the comment section. So I'm slashing the zip allowance. So this is it. This is our back part. This is the back part of the dress. So I will now use the lining to cut the main fabrics. I normally do my cutting with the lining so that you don't paint the chalk on the fabrics. So I normally do all my cutting with the lining. Then I will now use the lining to cut the main fabrics. Remember, this cloth we are going to use our hairstay, and that's it. So that's the line for the zip allowance. Let me know whatever area you're finding difficulty sewing. Just let me know, then I will do the tutorial on it. I'm extending the neck line by 1 inch. Remember, I used 3 inches before. Then because of the zip allowance, so I have to add 1 inch to the neck length to make it 4. So I'll be using knit for the up. That's the armhole area. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Please don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Our next tutorial will be the sewing part. Don't forget to put on your notification bell. Bye.